Alright, welcome back to the channel. So you guys know, my name is Eric the Mobile Mechanic. Today we have a 2019 Nissan Frontier 4-cylinder with a 2.5. Came in with a bad transmission. I mean, transmission is not really all that bad, but it's a lot cheaper on these vehicles to just throw in a new one as opposed to rebuilding it. It's going to cost you upwards of you're in the thousands of dollars range. When as to if you can get one of these, you get it for 500 bucks. And I got one of these from a salvage vehicle, you know, a donor vehicle that was wrecked with fairly low miles. This unit here had 32,000 miles on it, and I got it for 500 bucks. We're gonna go ahead and we already got this truck up in the air. We're gonna drain the fluids. We're gonna remove the drive shaft, and we'll go from there. I've got all the correct fluid that we need. This unit takes 11.9 quarts, I believe, somewhere around there for a unit that's completely empty. This one, I mean, when they took it out, they most likely drained it because you take out the dipstick and there's probably like the tip of the dipstick barely touches. So the converter looks to be empty. So we're gonna have to refill it. So I bought enough to fill it from empty. All right, that one's out. We just gotta transfer dipstick and everything else to this one and slide it in. Got everything else situated up here. All right. Okay, so we're back at it again. Welcome back, guys. This is the part 2 of the Frontier. As you guys can see, that's the old transmission. The new transmission is in. I still have to fill it up. I need to look for a smaller funnel because that one's not gonna go in there. It's gonna make a mess, so I need that. But other than that, starter is in. All the fasteners around the bell housing are in. The new seals for the 2 lines that go there. I know you can see them. They're behind the shift cable. The bracket covers them, but the 2 bolts are there with the new gaskets. I replaced the bolts and the copper washers. I didn't want to reuse them, so I just replaced them. And also I changed the seal on the dipstick tube because I don't want any kind of leaks. You know, always make sure you guys change any O-ring of any kind of seal that you take out, especially on transmissions. You don't want to have to take anything apart again after you already have it assembled. And sometimes, well, this one is very manageable to get in there to replace the dipstick tube seal, but not all of them are that cake. There's some that are a pain in the ass and you got to rip off an arm and a leg just to get to them. So do yourself a favor and replace them while they're outside. Other than that, we have everything else bolted up. Exhaust, the drive shaft, the carrier bearing, the back yoke to the diff, everything in the flange that goes to the diff in the back, everything's tightened. So we are ready to fill it up with fluid, and then we'll be able to put on the filter, connect the oh, that one's already connected, but connect the other pipe that goes here to there, and that's it. And then reset the ECU with the scan tool, and we see what it does. I'm gonna be able to start it. All right, so she's alive again. We're all running. Feel me? We're running. We got her running, so she's good. Also, we have checked the fluid level, and we only need like just a little bit to clear the top. Hey, all right, so also check us out. All the bolts, like we said before, they're nice and tight. See all of them over there? Nice. Nice. And look, most important. You see here? No leaks. No leaks. That's exactly why I put new copper washing. That's exactly why. Because you want it to be spotless like that. No fucking oil traces anywhere. That way you can actually guarantee you're going to have a nice finish. And it sounds nice. There's no fucking rattling. There's no loose nothing. Nice and quiet. Back to factory. I just got to put the fucking cover. So we, now that she's in gear, that she's on, we're going to run through all the gears. Through all of them. Do this a couple of times, like as many as you feel like that's enough, but where you're comfortable, but just, I would say just, like at least 10 times run through all the gears back and forth so that all the fluid goes through the transmission, and then recheck your levels to make sure that that it's topped off. And if it's a little low, then you top it off. Because I'm gonna use the big scanner so I can do a relearn on everything and reset the light. But other than that, the truck is running nice. She's shifting perfectly. No more crazy shit when you go to take off. Nothing. It's actually shifting pretty smooth. No two sensors. Has nothing to do with the transmission. Transmission is A1. No transmission codes. There we go. I resetted it. Cleared the codes. And we're gonna scan it again to see if it has if they come back, but I doubt it. If anything, if they do come back, you just need to replace the O2 sensors. Those are the ones, one of them is on top next to the header.